All right. So I hate to be the bearer of some bad news, but it's something to talk about. Um, as you can see in the title, NeNe Leakes' husband, Greg Leakes, had passed away. Died at the age of 66 years old. Definitely my condolences to the Leakes family. I pray that they're able to make it through the sad situation, knowing that having some experience myself with the loved one, my dad that died and passed away back on March of 2017. And the reason why um, it really touched me in such a way because um, I can only imagine how NeNe is feeling, especially losing a loved one, your husband, someone that you have been through a lot together, through the ups and the downs, through everything in life. Been married for a pretty long time, and to lose them, knowing that he died of colon cancer, um, that's tough. That's very tough. And I can only imagine how she's feeling right now. Um, just try to put things in perspective. With me personally, when I lost my dad, it was tough seeing my dad because I lost my dad of cancer. And it was tough seeing my role model, my dad, on how tough he was physically and mentally, and you know, working all his life for over 30 plus years, working in a steel mill plant, working in manufacturing, and to be able to work so hard, literally blood, sweat, and tears, and to die from cancer. Um, it was tough seeing that because there was only so much that I can do as a son. I spent a lot of time with my parents. I spent a lot of time with my dad, and it was tough seeing him in that state. Um, just saying, it's so important to give your loved ones their flowers while they're still living. It's so important to spend time with them. It's so important to communicate and talk with them. And I say that to say, um, you know, I love my dad. My dad meant a lot to me. If anybody that knows me personally, we look a lot alike. I developed a lot of the same demeanors from my dad, and he taught me how to be a man. And I know for me, if it wasn't for my dad, it's no telling where I would be right now, And it was a touching thing um, when I went to go visit my dad um, at his burial ground, and it was just a tough scene for me. It was tough feelings. And one of the things that bothered me with my dad passing um, is that at the funeral, I didn't really get an opportunity to speak at my dad's funeral based off on my mother's wishes. And that bothered me because anybody knows that if you lose a parent, someone that raised you, someone that was there for you through thick and thin, and not have that opportunity to speak at their own funeral was very disappointing. And I was very mad at my mom. I was very disappointed in my mom for taking such a priceless moment for me. And I think, to me, this is something that is very important for me to convey, because I wanted that opportunity. And, being there and seeing my dad in the hospital and just see how frail that his body had gotten from the cancer, and just knowing that, I was there for my dad, and, even at the church, cutting a lot of the grass at the church, building the church, his own church, literally from the ground up. And, as a child, every child, I know for me, I wanted that opportunity. So being at the funeral, having the funeral there at my dad's church, and seeing him in the casket, and just seeing him at the front, and just being so in a familiar place of that church, with everything and all the memories of that church and everything that went on at that church. And to not have an understanding, to understand that moment, to be able to speak about my dad and not given that opportunity, is something that even affects me even to this day. And we're in 2021. So going back to NeNe Leakes and Greg Leakes, I wish y'all nothing but the best. I pray nothing but the best for you, NeNe. I pray for the family, for emotional healing, because I know I had to go through with therapy myself, even coping with the fact of not just losing my dad, it's just how I lost my dad, gone too soon from cancer. And then not only that, to top it off, not being able to speak at my dad's funeral. That's something that, it takes time of emotional healing, and it's something that I'm a firm advocate of, not trying to fight everything on your own far as mentally, but seeking professional help, so that way you can release and be at peace, at least from a certain perspective. Honor the moments that you have with your loved one, because you never know that might be the last time you see them. That might be the last time you be able to communicate with them. And if you get an opportunity, especially if you're a close relative, is to be able to not allow anyone or anything to take a moment that you may feel that you may need to speak about how they help you on your journey in life. Much blessings to the Leakes family, and I pray that y'all find peace and just emotionally just heal. And I know it takes time, because this is something that is very difficult time for you and your family. And I hope that you get the space that's going to be needed. I hope that you get the help mentally that's going to be needed. I hope that you get the understanding that's going to be needed in y'all own time. It's tough, going too soon. So definitely I would like, hit that like, subscribe, and share button, and hit that bell notification so you can get notified of new content that's going to be coming your way. And definitely understand that life is not promised to no one. We're not promised to even wake up in the morning, but I'm a firm believer that's by God's grace and mercy and his hand of protection to watch over us while we lay our heads at night. And I pray that you'll be able to wake up in the morning by God's grace and take advantage of every moment that you have with your loved ones, or someone who you really care about. And tell them you love them. Don't take life for granted. Don't take your health for granted. Be blessed.